the men that are out there, they're not bad. It's just that we have lied to ourselves into believing that they're behaving in a certain way that's not good. But they're just behaving in a certain way that fits the dating market.
True.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say is, so what happens, this is problematic, and this is not a moral judgment, but as women, you guys know there's a physical attractiveness that you have, and men react a certain way. Maybe when you were younger, you came to this realization. And then when you come to the realization, there's like this peak at what you can get a guy's attention from, and then this peak at to what you can get a guy to wife you up or to be in a relationship.
Right.
And then there's a peak at which guy you can get to be faithful. Does that make sense?
That's
and
true.
so just, and I hate to stratify humans this way, but let's say the guy you can get is a 10. Like, let's just say Chris Brown he'll have sex with you one night in the back of some club, right? Or the backstage, some shit. And then you can get this other guy who's like a lawyer, and he'll be with you, but he's not going to be faithful. And we'll say he's an 8. And then there's the guy who will be faithful, and he's like a 6, but you won't tolerate a 6.
Beta males.
Yeah, you won't tolerate a 6, because the three of you, I guarantee you I could find dudes who would not cheat on you. The problem is there's going to be something about them that doesn't quite, so it becomes this issue of a supply and demand curve where it doesn't quite work. And the three of you are attractive. I have no doubt whatsoever that here's where my best friend, her name's CJ Sparks, and she had a meeting with Kevin Samuels. And when Kevin Samuels told her straight up, she's like, "You're in pretty prison. Like, you are a playmate." So the guys that you could sleep with are like up here, way the fuck up here. Mm-hmm. And then the guys who would actually settle, they don't have quite as many options. And you get into this weird situation. And I know from being on both sides, from being a military officer stuck in the Middle East for 6 months and not being able to see a single woman, to living in Las Vegas and hosting the biggest bikini competition in the world. One, I had no options. The second one, I had a ton of options. And in those two cases, I'm just going to tell you, as you move up the scale, and there's studies that show this. Satoshi Kanazawa wrote a book called The Intelligence Paradox about this. As you go up the income scale, as you go up the height scale, and if you go up the IQ scale, the likelihood of a man staying faithful just drops. It gets as you go higher and higher and higher.
Hence my ex 6'8" 8-pack, and he was only making 10-inch, and he was only making like 50, 60K. Imagine him in 10 years.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the issue. So what happens is the supply and demand curve doesn't equal out. The man you can get to have sex with you, and the man you can get to date you, and the man you can get to be faithful are 3 different men at 3 different stratification levels. And I'm only using these numbers because that's how women would rate them. I'm not saying in general, and I'm certainly not talking about your internal value, but externally, some guys get more attention than others. And it's just very difficult. Like, it's just so crazy. It's like what you saw the thing with, what's his name? Jason Derulo, his wife freaking out. I can't believe that he's having sex with all these other women and all this kind of stuff. And
really?
I'm like, but we all knew he was fucking other girls. Like, I don't understand how you didn't. It's
the denial thing,
or
Michael.
Or Tristan Thompson or whatever. It's like it was a joke. The joke wasn't that she was getting cheated on. The joke was that she thought she wasn't going to get cheated on.
Can I chime in for a second?